The final outing for Caesar and his ape clan is here. War for the Planet of the Apes continues its rebooted franchise's streak with another round of intense movements, tear-jerking movements, and non-stop action moving at a fast rate. This second sequel is the most intense installment in the trilogy, and that's mainly because it's war territory. How intense can war truly get? After Caesar's family is killed by the vengeful humans, we get into the film's main plot. Although war misses a lot of the points that made Dawn of the Planet of the Apes such a compelling movie, it's still an extremely potent movie in the series and easily a close second. Combining intense elements with impressive sci-fi achievements, this is definitely a must-watch. So it's time to see what makes this movie truly worth considering and how it perfectly ends Caesar's flawless trilogy. Before we start this video, don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoy it. And don't forget to subscribe as well as hitting the bell icon to see more content. Thank you and enjoy. Firstly, and getting the main point out of the way, the sci-fi in this film is still at its maximum here and is just to be expected for a very compelling trilogy. It helps make the apes have even more character here, as they can now speak most of the time because of the simian flu still affecting them and their intelligence. The effects follow this alongside its strong narrative point, perfectly showing how impressive these movies are. The motion capture is also still very amazing and flawless. The magic that it brings to this franchise truly does come to life. Since there are a lot of apes in these films, there's a lot of motion capture to be done. Despite it being a lot, it never comes off as chaotic work. Instead, each actor does a very good job on not making the work feel rushed. I hope we get even more motion capture like this in the future movies, as this is amazing to look at still. All of its characters are still likable here and have great chemistry. Maurice's relationship with the little girl Nova was extremely heartwarming to watch. The bad ape is also a nice new addition, being the key to helping the apes, and also a funny comic relief. Colonel is a great human villain, keeping anyone out with the simian flu. Even Koba appears in Caesar's hallucination a few times, which perfectly shows how awful Koba was in the second film and how much destruction he brought. To this day, he still haunts every ape and Caesar. As to also be expected, the voice performances are just as amazing as before. Each and every actors portray their characters amazingly. From Andy Serkis's Oscar-worthy performance as Caesar, to Woody Harrelson as the Colonel, and the sign language performances for the apes and Amish Miller as Nova, it's without a doubt one of the best qualities of the film, as it keeps you wanting more from these great people. It also has an amazing music score by Michael Giacchino. It's all just as great as ever here, being ape-like with strong notes to help fit the war vibe. It makes the already great soundtrack of its predecessors and add some bigger notes to make the soundtrack feel more war-oriented compared to its other movies. It also makes sure to match the similar tone this movie holds. Its action is also still very strong and keeps you on your feet every time. The beginning shows the deaths of Caesar's family and how this all leads up to a big war conflict between the apes and humans, as Caesar wanted none of this. The whole sequence of the apes escaping out of the base was satisfying to watch, as again it makes you want to see the apes finally get their freedom. Its emotion is still used at its maximum, and possibly the best use for the series. Caesar's death especially. The way he takes a spear to his body and in a way to protect all the apes. He slowly dies in Maurice's hands and definitely will leave at least one tear shredding down one's face. Luca's death was also very emotional, who was the ape that gave Nova the flower. It's also given back by Nova before he dies. It makes you have more sympathy for these apes. Finally, this was overall a very satisfying way to end Caesar's story and help set the future for the ape movies in this ongoing series. It also does well on giving his ape clan one more strong outing, as the film reminds us on how special these apes were and why they were also able to help carry this series alongside Caesar. Conclusion arcs for our beloved characters. Overall, my final opinion on War for the Planet of the Apes, it's definitely a great way to end this trilogy with high stakes action and emotion mixed all together. There's not a single thing wrong with this flawless trilogy at all. I think these films are near perfection. It starts slow but has a happy ending. After this trilogy, we would get new Planet of the Apes movies that take place after this trilogy and set up a new story for a new protagonist and a fresh new bunch of apes. The Caesar trilogy will be remembered fondly, and what it did for us, delivering some of the greatest science fiction and stop motion. I highly recommend everyone watching this series, as it's got enough that will make you want to view them again. And for once more, for all time's sakes, apes together strong. What is your opinion on War for the Planet of the Apes? Does it bring a satisfying conclusion to its ape protagonist? How would you consider it compared to its other ape movies? And what was your favourite moment in the Caesar trilogy? Let me know in the comment section below, and also don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you are new, and hit that bell icon to see more content on my channel. Thanks for watching. Bringing Caesar's story to an end and offering great emotion with strong apes together, War for the Planet of the Apes proves that some franchises only get better with age.